Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and this is Mosaic Maria channel. And I wanted to just give a shout out and say happy Tuesday to everyone. And just remind everyone that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And you still have time to get involved with your local shelters, with your local community agencies, and do whatever you can, whether that be a walk or a night vigil or collecting food or being a peer mentor. Most of all, what's very exciting is to make sure that people understand the new laws that have just gone into effect. Gratefully, in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul has just signed into law some very, very needed laws. When a person is involved in domestic violence or intimate partner violence of any kind, sexual, physical abusive, verbal, emotional abusive, stalking, harassing, there is the possibility that that person might have firearms and might use them. And they usually do. They usually do. So when there's stalking involved and an ex-partner or a partner is threatening, it's really, really important that once a person has made that report, you can get the guns, the firearms out of the abuser's hand. And that is kind of a red flag alarm that Governor Kathy Hochul has signed. Along with that are some great, really weirdly connected things that I want to say that show the availability of a person, where they live, where they're going, where they're hanging out. When a person is making an escape plan from a abusive partner, it is imperative that they lock down all of their social media, that they just do not continue on, even with friends and associates or whatever. They don't go to the regular places, blah, 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 goes on and on. Once you've gotten an order of protection, it's important that women or men that are able to stop the shared contracts they have in housing developments, in apartment complexes, in utility bills like your gas and electric bill. Many, many times there'll be two names in a partner sharing a apartment, a house, a residency of any kind, and the utilities. And that's an easy way to track somebody down, as well as cable and Wi-Fi and schools that children are enrolled in, and medical emergency contacts, healthcare proxies, and being able to get in touch with billing, and all of that can be sealed, as well as voter registration and sites. This is really, really important because when you're dealing with a stalker, when you're dealing with an obsessive abuser, they will do anything to continue to find their victim. They're not going to let them go. So I find these to be very, very helpful laws, and it's about time that somebody put the pieces together and said, you know, this is exactly what they do. They go to where the kids go to school. They go to where the kids are with the babysitter. They go to the doctor. They make up stories, you know, so and so's sick. Where my wife, my partner is supposed to be here, blah, blah, blah. They go to places of work. All that is going to be locked down now. But mostly those utility companies that you can't get out of a contract, people that are going through abuse, male or female, whatever gender, should be able to break contracts with any kind of gas and electric company, any kind of Wi-Fi cable, any apartment complex, and when they move, there should be no discrimination. I will say this. There have been situations, and I did work with domestic violence. That's one of the jobs I did. I worked right in a facility with It was women and children that came in. And they were police escorted in every day. And very often they left, and the abuser would help move them into their new apartment that we got for them. That So this kind of takes all that away. It really just gives that separation time of they won't be there on moving day. You won't see them around there. It doesn't matter if they have a key, they'll find a way to get in. So just these kind of laws just are one check and balance more of keeping people locked out of your life that don't need to be in your life, that have been abusive physically, emotionally, verbally, sexually, and stalking and harassing. I swear, I wish they had some kind of telemarketing scam, spam risk, fraudulent thing that could stop on telephones other than taking your phone number off, because that's harassing too. We live in a world where people can just find each other so easy, and we need to be able to have our privacy and safe boundaries. And I experienced that on the internet the other day, just signing on and not going to my chat and turning it off. All of a sudden, there were a lot of people like just getting in touch with me that I barely knew, and I really felt like, gee, the minute I'm on chat, here you are, and you just will go away. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now. Bye. Imagine that in your life, that kind of thing in your life, in your space, a physical body, a person calling you to see where you're going next. Did you get done shopping yet? Have you picked up the kids yet? Are you on your way home yet? Now what are you doing? It just, the abuse, the threats, it goes on and on. So just for this, I'm very, very happy that Governor Hochul did go ahead, and she's been a great support for years. When it comes to domestic violence, she's been at the threshold with her mother, doing a lot of founding work for women, mostly women, but she recognizes that there is abuse in all gender, and she's approaching that with laws too. So all gender-based abuse, male and female, and all gender. So however people identify, there should be no abuse. So straight along the lines, she's just taking down those brooks, those little connect the dot things one by one. And she'll be rolling out, talking about the red flag laws for firearms and for all kinds of weapons. And I think that's really, really important. And I believe they will be looking into mental health and even drug usage. That's really, really important that they look into people that abuse alcohol and drugs and then get abusive when they're using. That is so important. Not that there will be discrimination, like just because you had a problem or whatever, or somebody had a problem, you're automatically going to be an abuser. But if the police already know they've had to come to a house where the person has been drunk and abusive, stoned and abusive, eventually, and if they haven't gotten treatment, well, then they have to get treatment, but they still have to get away from the person they're abusing. So it just it goes that one extra step that we never had growing up, people before us never had, and hopefully we can, it's gone on for centuries, but hopefully we can shut it down a little bit more. Over the pandemic, a lot more domestic violence has been going on, and especially during inflation times, money is something that partners always argue about. Children being home from school during the pandemic, just being stuck together, not having your own me time. So imagine yourself if you are with an abuser and now you can't get any free time. So things just got worse over the pandemic, and I'm really, really just so proud of our governor for moving forward on these very important things. I just wanted to say so. All right, so I hope everybody stays safe and has a great Tuesday evening. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.